Yeah, Dominique, just I think it's our first time kind of getting to know you here a little bit. Just your path, you've gotten here, had a few stops along the way, earned a scholarship at Clemson. What's been your path from college to get to Ole Miss?
Yeah, I started off at a small school in Kentucky, Union College. Then I transferred to Clemson. I walked on. I got a scholarship before the season. And I went to Georgia State after Clemson. And the third day of spring ball, the head coach decided to leave, and we got a new staff. And I looked at that as an opportunity to, like, redo my portal decision. And, yeah, that was when Ole Miss got in contact with me.
What's kind of going through your mind when you go into the heat of an SEC game when Parrish goes down in that second half?
Yeah, well, like Coach Smith, he always told me, like even when I first got here, he told me to prepare like the starter every week. So, like, I mean, I just knew what I was doing when I got in because I've been preparing that way since I got here.
How fast or how quickly was Ole Miss to reach out to you when you went back into the portal at Georgia State?
Well, the first day, I think I had like 19 schools reach out, and then I went on a couple visits, and then I think it was about 2 weeks until Ole Miss reached out, and then, yeah, I took my visit here and committed.
You had any moments, you start your career at Union and then you're at Arkansas last week, you look up and there's 70,000 whatever fans. Like, have you had any, like, pinch me moments like, wow, like I'm playing in the SEC?
I mean, no, not really. Like, I just feel like no moment's too big, honestly. I mean, obviously, like, you hate what happened to Henry Parrish. I mean, especially a guy like that. I mean, he doesn't cheat the game. He works hard. He loves football, so I really hate that for him. But, I just felt like it wasn't a big game. It was just another game. I was just out there playing football.
You got two really good pass blocks. I think at least one or maybe both led to a dart touchdown. You kind of embrace that role of the running back when you need to kind of line up and block somebody?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things me and Coach Smith talked about was, like, me improving in pass pro. It was just something that I'd never really done before. But, yeah, we've done a good job, like, working it every day in practice and getting us prepared for the games.
What kind of mentality do you have to have in the pass protection?
Fearless. Like, you gotta want to get it done, and you have to know who you have. I mean, like, you watch film and you see a lot of running backs across the country, like, they're confused in protection, but, like, when you know who you have, it makes it a lot easier.
I spoke with Coach Luttrell today. He was happy when I emailed him to talk about you at Union. Mm-hmm. And the first thing that he mentioned about you was your work ethic. I'm curious where that came from, and have you always, I guess, had the drive that he noticed and said really jumped out?
Yeah, I mean, like, I told the story when I was at Clemson, but when I was in, like, 8th grade, and don't get me wrong, like, I worked hard. Like, I've been training since, like, 3rd grade, honestly. But when I was in 8th grade, I heard this Eric Thomas video, and he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And then I just, like, had that mindset since then, just give everything I got, and I always try to outwork people.
He also, one of the things he mentioned was your strength, and he told me a little bit about the way your mom and grandparents passed away, and just tragedy's hard. And he said that he was really impressed by the way you dealt with that. And I'm curious, what got you through that?
Really just my little sister, like, because she was the only one that survived in the house, and I just know I had to be strong for her. And, I mean, really just still doing that, just trying to set an example for her and do everything that I can to take care of her.
Is that a factor in coming to Ole Miss, or just wanting to excel on the football field? Is that something that translates? Want to take care of your sister?
I mean, yeah, I love football. Like, I always have. I mean, like, my first words are hut, hut. And, yeah, my first words are hut, hut. But, yeah, I do want to take care of my sister. And, like, I always wanted to take care of my family.
Were you always a running back? Or, I guess in the crib, you might be a quarterback if you're saying hut, hut.
Yeah, that was, obviously as a baby. But, yeah, since I started, like, playing, like, organized football, I was a running back. And, like, I remember my mom, like, she had an essay in college, and she wrote about her greatest memories when it was my very first game, my very first time touching the ball, and I scored like a 70-yard touchdown. So, yeah, I've been running back since then.
said you had about 19 schools, and Ole Miss came in about 2 weeks later. I mean, what was it that they did or that you saw or that sold you on this is where you should be with all those options you had?
Really just like, I mean, I watched film, and I really love the offensive scheme. And, I mean, yeah, just like really just looking at the opportunity for the future. Like, I mean, I have the rest of this season and 2 more years after this. So, I mean, really just that opportunity.
Was your visit here your first time in Mississippi, and how have you kind of got acclimated to the state as a whole over the last few months?
Yeah, my official visit, it was my very first time coming to Mississippi. And I mean, it's really similar to my hometown, like small town, a lot more places to eat here. So, yeah, I like that.
And you talked about Parrish for a second. Have you spoke to him since? Is he in good spirits? How's he doing?
I mean, you know, obviously, like, people are going to take that hard, but, I mean, he's a warrior, so, I mean, I know he'll shake back and he'll get an opportunity at the next level.
Question? Everybody good?
I appreciate y'all.